Here are the Honda starting goalies. 6 start in 7 games for Steve Mason. He will be 27 next spring. Lifetime against the Rangers, 4-1-1. Cam Talbot is 27 years of age now. His 4th start of the season, winless in the prior 3. 1 lifetime outing against the Flyers, and that also a loss. Despite rumors, the captain starts. Perfect attendance record, game 17 and his 17th of the year. He will be flanked by Brayden Schenn and Jake Voracek. Martin St. Louis is 39. 995 points, 58 in 46 games lifetime against the Flyers. Still dangerous with Derek Stepan and Chris Kreider up front. Mark Stahl, Dan Girardi the defense for the Rangers. Braden Coburn, Michael Del Zotto, the ex-Ranger for Philadelphia. Carried ahead by Schenn, bumped off, walked on by Giroux, backhanded high, gloved and held by Talbot. We are 15 in to the first of 4 contests this year. There will be one the day after Thanksgiving that NBC will carry in Philadelphia, and the next afternoon they will be back here at Madison Square Garden, home and home matinees. Giroux to take this draw opposite Stepan, who wins it back to Girardi. Wheeled one ahead that ricocheted off of St. Louis and down, and an icing.
Eddie, any different communication with Cam Talbot being in the net compared to Henrik Lundqvist, you think, for the Ranger defense?
Oh, I'm sure. You have your subtle little signals that go on. There's that communication of just short little words. Leave it, play it, move it, whatever it might be. You can practice all you want, as you know, Pierre, but you get in a game situation, it's way different. So could be an issue. Something to keep an eye on in this game.
St. Louis tapped that one ahead. Giroux gave it back. Stahl interrupted that, and it's jabbed back in by Stepan and taken on by Voracek.
And if you're the Flyers, you know that. So you want to make sure when the goaltender plays it, you get on him and force him to possibly turn that puck over.
They did that with Voracek just then. This is turned back up to him. Voracek with a pass that escaped away from Schenn, and then Voracek was run into soundly there by Rick Nash. Played back along for Nash. Cross-bodied there by Grossman, and a hurried shot by Simmons was tipped wide. Played back along on the backhand of Mark Streit, along to Simmons again. With Brayden Schenn still out there, this one is cut, though, and outletted by Nash. Brassard sent it, Zuccarello tipped it, and back in deep goes Streit. Suicide battle, Brassard reached, but it's taken along now and jammed on by Duclair. Back along now for Brassard, wanted to roll one in front, worked on now by Zuccarello. Zuccarello to the outside is checked, and it's nicely fished away for a play to be made to Simmons. Moves up for Matt Reed, plays it off the wall, backhands it in, and gets out of the way of Dan Boyle. Played along by Duclair, but given up the boards. Played back in by Schultz. Led to the back. Hurried shot blocked away by Talbot from the stick of Couturier. And carried back up now by Kevin Hayes. Lost to the Flyers. Played back in away from Simmons and Talbot. Played it along now for Matt Hunwick. Michigan All-American hands it on across. Taken on now by Hayes. And then pitched wide by Hagler. Controlled back in close quarters there. Koliakovo stepped into and leaned on enough that he goes down. Meanwhile, out of a scrum, it's back to Carlo Koliakovo, the Toronto native, who sees this one passed on ahead. R.J. Umberger goes for his own pass to the corner with Klein. Jostled off by Klein. Hunwick turns it there. Jesper Fast played it on now for Moore. That one blocked away at center, and a hand pass halts the clock.
Well, the Flyers with an opportunity. Matt Reed sets up Sean Couturier. You see that puck kind of on edge a little bit, but really isn't able to get a lot on it because the pass was so far in front of him. Usually you want to put it off that back skate there, but Couturier did a good job of just getting something on it to get it towards Talbot. Missed opportunity there for the Flyers because that could have been right in the wheelhouse with a high-quality chance.
First NHL game in a couple of years for Scott Laughton, 49 in the orange. This to the back, John Moore played it along. Little brush check there, and a second one coming from Lawton. To the back, John Moore a shot, and that went off of a ball in Boston wide, and then the stash attempt fails as holding it off is Steve Mason.
That's a great job by Mason playing elasto man in goal. I mean, he goes post to post, Eddie, and this is not an easy thing to do. Showing some athleticism, some flexibility. Initial save comes in and pinballs in, and then he has to stretch out. And for Mason, you have to have a lot of strength there. Dominic Moore had a chance, but Mason shut it down.
Good quick shot there from Johnny Moore from the point. You had net front presence by the Rangers with Foss, I believe, deflecting that puck. I don't think it went off his stick. Might have went off his skate. Good recovery, as Pierre mentioned, by Steve Mason.
Big opportunity for Johnny Moore, too, with Ryan McDonough getting to play bigger minutes with Danny Girardi a lot.
Back in by Grossman, off the glass, and shuttled along by Talbot. Stiffly, though, and nearly handcuffed Stahl, but nearly the operative word.
Good pickup there, Doc, because that was a bullet pass from the goaltender to Stahl, which was probably about maybe 3 or 4 feet, and he really passed it hard. And luckily for the Rangers, there was no turnover.
Followed up now by Giroux, and he brings it on. The Flyer captain hands over to Mark Streit. Fired one that was wide of the glove hand of Talbot, and on to the back now for a play on by Del Zotto. Cruising with this and letting a backhand go. Voracek that shuttled wide, ricocheting off Stepan. Along to play as Giroux, brushed it on back for Del Zotto. Then the trigger pull for Giroux down to the ice. He went great from Shen, threw it around behind, and it is taken on by Girardi. Rangers in their own end a little more than they wanted, but now they can attack. Brought on by San Luis, given over to Kreider. Kreider with San Luis breaking into the paraphernalia of Mason.
Nice job there for Braden Coburn. That was a 3-on-2 for the Rangers, and he did a good job of really forcing Chris Kreider down those left wing boards and took away any passing opportunity. Great stick by Coburn as Kreider let go of that shot. An easy stop for Steve Mason.
Couldn't agree more. I think Kreider was out of gas as well, too, Eddie. One of the real focal points for Chris Kreider is the speed to the outside, but you're right. Coburn did a great job taking away time and space.
Straight ahead for Chris Kreider. He's really found that in his game here over the course of the last year plus of understanding. It's better to go north-south than it is east-west.
Saw Braden Coburn close up, and he's able to tap that one along to Del Zotto. Lifted along further and right on goal for Mason to block it aside. Braden Coburn's 5th game of the year, injured earlier, and they sure missed him. Here's Brassard moving, throwing one in front to Kareen back, and now as Klein stops the play. Then around behind Brassard, tucked one in front that Simmons is able to get, and a big awe goes up from the crowd because of that. Couturier on the return from Coburn, drips with it now, fed it on a cross off the skate of Del Zotto, and odd man rush developing. Brassard moving up, he's got Nash on the wing. Brassard fed one, and a great save made by Mason on Matt Hunway. Zuccarello shoved down. Drop back on now for a play by Brassard. Onto the back, Kevin Klein. And Klein's shot ricocheted off a pair of players, one aside. Zuccarello took a stick there, but continues to go. Got it back to Klein. Rolled behind to Brassard. Brassard stalemated for the moment. It's played along in traffic, and the checking came from Couturier out front.
The Rangers had it going on that last sequence. It started with an odd man rush and it ends like this. Good job of having puck possession by Derek Brassard. Hagelin comes over to insulate him, keep the play alive. Wayne Simmons, he's in the wrong area. He thought his defenseman was going to have the puck. He should have been playing defense against Kevin Klein. Look where he's standing. Klein snaps it home.
Really been a theme here early for the Rangers. I don't know if that's the open area of the ice, but we've seen that puck get in behind Steve Mason, and the Rangers have really tried to work some of their offensive looks from in behind the net. That really forces the defending team, that being the Flyers, to make decisions in their own zone, and they capitalize with an early 1-0 lead.
And you would agree, Simmons has to have better presence there on Klein than he did.
Yeah, that's his man. Here on that left side, you got to worry about that right defenseman.
Klein's 4th goal of the year. That ties his career high, set twice with Nashville. Just 4, and this is game number 19.
He ended up being a Ranger because he was traded for Michael Del Zotto. That's how he ended up being a Ranger.
Del Zotto 15 in the 3rd jersey orange tonight for the Flyers as this is banked back down the ice and tended by Talbot, so no icing here as Klein is able to play. Rattled on back to center. Grossman with it there, blasted it back in. 6 1/4 played here in the first period. The shots are 5-1 Rangers, and the fifth one wound up going in from Kevin Klein's stick. Scaled off the glass and can be grabbed, and then able to play it back in again was Vandervelde, and back down where Talbot goes to get it. Rattled back around again to be played by Streit. Native of Switzerland sees this played right through him and back down, and it will go for an icing.
We're going to go back to the goal and the point that Pierre was making. Here's Wayne Simmonds, and the eventual goal scorer is here. That's his man. You get puck watching, you leave the most dangerous area of the ice thinking that you're going to get it, and then the quick play from Hagelin to Kevin Klein, who hung around there, got into that open area of the ice. So you got to have a shoulder check. Now, Wayne Simmonds is a guy that's right-handed, usually plays the right side. Maybe it was a little foreign territory for him, but in that situation, yeah, you got to worry where the puck is, but you also got to look over his left shoulder there to see where Kevin Klein was, and just stay in the middle of the ice, protect the middle, keep everything in front of you, and they break down in coverage, and the Rangers make them pay.
Here's a feed in front, San Luis. Oh, and a great save made by Mason. Almost 2-0. Brought back ahead and handed to Giroux. Tries to work it on in. To Voracek. Giroux, a backhander that's wide. Soccered around behind by Voracek and taken by Brayden Schenn. Able to rag away from one. Schenn looking for an opening. Not much there because of the checking of Mark Stahl. But back to him again. Sets it for Giroux, and a save made by Talbot. 7:15 gone, first period. Klein, the only goal in this game thus far.
A 2-on-2 here executed beautifully by the Philadelphia Flyers. You have Jake Voracek there, and then Claude Giroux comes into this area here. This is 2 1-on-1s that become a breakaway for Claude Giroux. At least a semi-breakaway on the back end. But nice execution in there. Isolate one defenseman, stop and drop, make the quick pass, and create a high-quality scoring chance.
Voracek's shot was jabbed away, and this one escapes back down where Mason will tend to it. With Nash hovering nearby, sent stiffly onto Del Zotto, and then advanced by Brayden Schenn on across to Voracek, who gains the zone. Fed on across again for a setup there that turns out to come right back to Voracek. I guess I sounded surprised. Dragged on through some skates, and eventually the Rangers can shift back to offense.
Giroux had a chance to let it go, and offside on the Flyers.
Inside the glass, Progressive Insurance, Pierre McGuire.
Thanks a lot, Doc. Doc, Eddie and I were talking about Cam Talbot being in goal. Communication with his defenseman. Handles a puck a lot better than Henrik Lundqvist. That time to Duclair. This time communicates with Matty Hunwick. You see Danny Girardi say, go the other way. So it's little things like Eddie was talking about. Hand signals, body position, but he handles the puck so well. That time he left it for Kevin Klein. Philadelphia has to adjust in the forecheck to make sure Talbot doesn't handle the puck a lot.
In order to do that, you keep it up in the glass, keep the goaltender in. Most goaltenders, when it's higher on the glass, will stay home.
Simmonds' pass blocked by San Luis, but then Reed. On back to Grossman, who had let an earlier shot go that Talbot handled. The shots are at 6-3 now. The Rangers have only gotten one shot since the goal by Klein at 5:10 elapsed time in the period.
Miscommunication there with Talbot and Klein there. Almost 4 players below the goal line, right in behind the net, and Rangers are able to avoid any possible chance.
Or scrapping along the board, so if Pierre is looking for contrary footage in communication, he got some there. Rattled around behind, and it went on through Kevin Hayes, and then blocked on back for the work of Simmonds, sparring there and getting some help from Streit. Meanwhile, John Moore sees this one come ahead to Hayes again. Hayes fed it across, and Duclair a shot that got the outside of the cage. Played on by John Moore. Moore tried to play it in front. That one was cut. Simmonds pitchforks it on out to center and comes to the bench for a change in line.
Boy, Duclair did a really good job of receiving that play from Kevin Hayes. He did a really good job to create that chance from the blue line in, and Duclair is falling down. A heck of an opportunity.
50 goals last year playing for Quebec in the Quebec Major Junior League. He's always been a pure scorer.
Jammed on in traffic, and Hayes able to feed it on across, and it will be hunted down by Schultz. Saskatchewan-born defenseman saw that one go off Lecavalier. Played on back to him again for a little tap aside. Schultz from Strasbourg, Saskatchewan, population 800. Played back ahead now and carried on, and then reefed to the boards was Tanner Glass. And this is punch free where it can be handled on a cross by Belmar. Loose at center, carried back in by Hunwick. Hunwick with a shot that's slowed down by Koliakovo and scooped up by Mason. Play halted past the halfway point of the first period, plus 3 seconds. 1-0, the home team.
Coach, I know everybody in this league has injuries. They have a lot of injuries on defense. Is that how you approach the game a little bit differently by attacking them?
Well, I mean, what we're trying to do is play the right way and play to our strength, and that's a quick north-south game, trying to focus on each shift and paying attention to details.
Does Cam Talbot's ability to handle the puck help your defense?
Yes, it does. Henrik has really improved in that area, but that's definitely one of Cam's strong shooting, and it helps us out to go quickly north-south.
Thanks a lot, Alain.
Thanks, Pierre.
Offensive zone face-off for Alain Vigneault's team, and it's won by Stepan, back to Stahl. Whacked at there by Giroux. St. Louis unable to pass, and so it's back for Voracek, taken away nicely, fed in front. Kreider hit the post with the shot. What a great opportunity on a steal. Chopped on back, and again it's Kreider turning St. Louis to the back. Stepan shrugged away by Mason. Kreider yet again. Rangers warming to the task with 2 terrific chances. Mason got one, the Iron got the other. St. Louis chased off. Reaching for it is Giroux. St. Louis prevails. We get a stoppage of play and a penalty coming up.
Well, what an opportunity for Chris Kreider. But there's a turnover. The Flyers have the puck right in this area. This puck's got to get out. That's Jake Voracek. He got support from Giroux. He loses it. St. Louis is there. There's nobody back. Little backhand, forehand shovel and off the post.
And Eddie, the cycle game that you alluded to earlier of the New York Rangers worked, and it draws a penalty to Braden Coburn. Good hustle by Stepan Kreider in St. Louis. But you talked about a reference point being behind Mason. That's really apparent. The Rangers trying to work from behind the net.
Our play is sponsored by Craftsman, a sore spot for the Flyers, their penalty kill. 6 for the last 7. That's not kills, that's goals against. Played along now for Schultz, and Schultz cranks it along and back down. So the Flyers, very bottom of the league in road penalty kill, overall penalty kill as well. Rangers are tied for 22nd in power play, not near the halfway point of the group of 30. Played back in deep now for Brassard. Brassard sped one along. Grossman moved for that, but Reed got there first and fed it to him, and he clears.
Beautiful play there from Matt Reed. Took a hit, make a play, chip it back to the support from Grossman, and able to get fresh bodies on the ice.
And Boyle able to escape. Schultz gave it on across to St. Louis, who swirls now. Kreider near the front, touched on across for Brassard. Then back to St. Louis again. St. Louis feeds, Boyle takes, drove one that went wide and rattled around to St. Louis again.
He was looking for a stick.
Duclair working it in, Kreider on back, fed on to Boyle, and his shot will not go. Steve Mason with a strong save there. Belmar able to play it back in. Well, he's keeping them in, isn't he?
Sure is. A little help from the post as well on that prior chance from Kreider.
John Moore played it on. Duclair able to step free. And offside is called.
Eddie, during that last power play sequence, what a job by Marty St. Louis playing the point for the New York Rangers. Slick backhand feed. This puck's going to go wide. St. Louis is going to keep it in. Doesn't panic. Moves it right through the middle of the ice, and then they can play give and go and create an opportunity. Brassard dishes, and Boyle gets robbed.
What a beautiful play there. Quick puck movement. Nobody moves faster than the puck, and you can find those extra guys in those shooting lanes. Create a high-quality scoring chance.
Girardi hands it on. John Moore plays it ahead. 24 years of age today is Moore. This one blocked along and can be nudged back by Umberger. Closed off was Vandevelde, but Umberger gets it on back. More time being consumed to the last 15 seconds of the penalty kill for the Flyers. And Mark Streit with the blast back down. Girardi with time with one more rush, but it'll have to be quick. Knifed on back near Mason. Good reach by the Flyers, and penalty time is up and out of the box, but the pass sailed just by was Coburn. Chopped on by Stahl, played by Foss to Stahl again, then back ahead. skied on back, and Schultz will drop back to play this. Jabbed around behind, away from the reach of Hayes. Touched on back for a shot that went wide, and Schultz got out of the way. Around behind near Koliakovo, wraps up with his man as Hagelin came by. Meanwhile, from a kneeling play, and a good one at that, it's cleared along by Giroux, but then battled for, and Giroux going stride for stride with Hayes. Hayes spun one that went wide. Braden Shen tried to play it out. No luck, and what a save made by Mason on a wheeling drive that came from Hagelin. Stahl at center, run into by Braden Shen, but keeps going and drops it back in deep. And more pressure than the Flyers want back in their own end of the ice now. They've been outshot 10-3 with 6:20 to go in a 1-0 deficit first. It is Schultz again. Stopped by Dan Boyle, Miami University product, gave it on to Zuccarello, but then it's twisted on back again by Koliakovo and Del Zotto. A few of the leather lungs decide that he's an ex-Ranger, not a current one, so they boo Del Zotto. Meanwhile, it's turned along and a collision of Flyers and a drive, and getting a piece of a hard shot from Dominic Moore was Mason. Cleared to a vacated point and so back down.
Coburn's got an issue with his skate as he comes off the ice.
Zuccarello brings it on, and a shot is deflected away to the corner by Del Zotto. Pushed along, and it is controlled around behind, but then just that quickly lost. And it's taken on now, and twisting his Belmar to hand it off to Reed. Matt Reed flings one that is grabbed by Talbot, and he decides at this point to cover for a rare defensive zone faceoff for his team. 1-0 Rangers here. Latter stages, period number 1 on Wednesday night rivalry.
Quality chance for the Rangers here in this first period. Dominic Moore, great opportunity and a great stop from Steve Mason. Doc, you talked about the struggles of the Philadelphia Flyers shorthanded. This was a great play by Matt Reed on the first power play of the Rangers. Wins the foot race, gets body position on Derek Stepan, gets the puck back to Nick Grossman, and he airmails it all the way down. That's the type of stuff that you build off of on your penalty kill, because it's been such a sore spot, not only lately, but over the course of the regular season.
A conversation here from a clear that went into the seats, and it will or will not be a penalty. I think the conclusion is it will be.
It will be. That was airmail. Then he was just talking about airmailing. Matt Hunwick out of the University of Michigan will go to the penalty box.
Yeah, shooting a puck from your defensive zone, so from your side of the blue line into the crowd without touching the glass of an opponent, delay a game, and power play chance for the Flyers.
And they've been good on it. 6 for the last 14. Twisted back in. It is guided around by Simmons. He's terrific with the tripod move at the front of the net. Likes to park in front of the goalie there. Meanwhile, it's Giroux at that familiar left wing offensive circle. Handed it on back now for the feed across to Voracek. Voracek led it back. Strike there. Giroux holds, looks, and gives back. Strike fake. Gave it on to Voracek. Rifled it off the corner boards to Giroux. Giroux let it on back, and Strike will hold it there. Just coasts across and gives to Voracek. Tried to trickle a pass through, blocked by Stahl. Collides with Simmons, fed by Girardi, taken by Voracek. Given to the back, straight shot, and a save is made by Talbot.
Oh, that's some nifty goaltending, Eddie.
Real good job by the Flyers, and the key is that the Rangers are going to start pressuring. They're going to start pressuring here, so if you're the Flyers, you got to change sides with this puck. So when the Rangers start going right at Claude Giroux, you move it down, and what do? Change sides. The Rangers aren't going to be able to recover, so if you take them out of their pressure, then they're going to have to get set, slow down the pressure, and then you create a real good quality chance there and a good save from Talbot.
Voracek a shot, remarkably fought off in front by Talbot. It had changed directions, and this one is cleared back down.
And you can see why the Flyers are so good on the power play. They have the shooter and Strike, the playmaker in Giroux, the slot area presence of Simmons, and then the brawn of Voracek and the finishing ability.
Yeah, they're not very predictable, that's for sure. They can move it down, make those 3-4 passes, or they can get old-fashioned meat and potatoes and just let it go from the blue line.
Ash wheeled that one back down, and Mason with the long toss that's brought in by Simmons. Simmons a shot answered by the pad of Talbot and scaled back along and down by Hayes.
And Doc, there's the unpredictability Eddie was talking about, the stretch pass from the goalie. The Rangers were caught flat-footed.
This has gone circle to circle on a cross now as we get toward the last 20 seconds of this power play. Tipped back in by Couturier, wheeled back out by Girardi. Koliakovo gently got in the way of Hayes. So now Del Zotto. He's able to weave it back along and tuck it on back for the carry by Couturier. Couturier, a shot deflected up high, got the glass behind. Reed tried to play it further. Penalty time up out of the box. Hunwick to the back it comes for the feed by Del Zotto. Taken along by Couturier. He's able to wheel to the outside and send one through the blue paint. Collared by Del Zotto and a shot that went wide. Hustling to it is Koliakovo, but he must play it center.
Blocked by Zuccarello, that shot from Del Zotto.
Carried back on by Zuccarello. Zuccarello fed it on over, and it was tipped away by the defensive-minded Matt Reed, who's able to tip it back out. Dan Boyle, very offensive from a defensive standpoint, misfired for Moore down, and we get an icing call. Watch live out-of-market games with NHL Game Center Live. One subscription lets you watch on your computer, smartphone, tablet, and connected devices. Visit NHL.com/GCL to learn more.
Love that. Game Center Live on the road, traveling, getting a chance to see all those games.
You watch every league, I think, in North America. Here's a chance in front. Oh, and a great save off of Voracek by Talbot.
Bounce the puck right in front of Talbot. He stood tall there on that opportunity.
Voracek able to walk it back in again. Delays, dips the shoulder, gets by Boyle, is met by Boyle. One hands it behind and has it again. He's all over the place. Tucked onto the back now for the hold by Schultz and the blast off the back of the cage. Dug out by Voracek. Looked for a moment for Braden Shen. Now Coase himself. And then a shot by Coburn went wide. It is St. Louis playing it over, and it ricocheted off of Kreider. Sees it brushed away and up high, and Giroux can settle it down. Giroux able to backhand one ahead that's directed on for Ronaldo, and a save Talbot. Rebound is taken by Braden Shen for Ronaldo, but it's cut off, thrown off the short glass, off of Grossman, and Ronaldo must play at center. Spark-plugged winger sees this one come across now for the carry back on. Belmar tucked it on over to Stripe. Stripe fed one across, and that deflected up and out of play.
Good play by Zuccarello there.
And Eddie was talking about a bouncing puck for Philadelphia. Great opportunity here off the face-off, the rolling puck. Jake Voracek, the leading scorer in the National Hockey League. Cam Talbot flashes out the right pad.
And watch Zuccarello here leading with that stick, denying the opportunity to get all the way over to R.J. Umberger. The fundamentals there by Zuccarello, having a stick in that passing lane. If you got it up in the air, you're carrying two hands on it, there's no chance he denies that chance, and Umberger might have a high-quality chance if the stick of Zuccarello is not in that passing lane.
Doc and Eddie, I know they didn't score in that last power play, but boy, is Philadelphia taking some advantage of not scoring. They've developed some offensive thrust from it.
Hunwick collides there with Ronaldo, and a drive is held by Mason from Zuccarello's stick.
And their goaltenders helped him out as well, Pierre. He's made a couple of really good key stops. Pinch in there from Matt Hunwick. Battle along the boards, and next thing you know, the puck just ends up to Matt Zuccarello. No rebound given up by Mason.
And Jeff Reese, the goalie coach, will love how square Mason's been to the shooters here of the New York Rangers. He's been outstanding.
Off the tie-up, it is brushed behind by Coburn and taken by Del Zotto and led on to Matt Reed. Bemidji State product saw this one careen ahead. Giroux sees this thrown by Coburn to the front. Tripped up was Reed, and Girardi will go on a tripping minor, the second power play of the game for Philadelphia.
This all started because of a face-off win back in the Flyer zone by Claude Giroux, and then as they enter the zone, you have people driving the middle of the ice, and Dan Girardi takes up and takes out Matt Reed. But it all started because of a one face-off 180 feet away.
And getting bodies to the net. Just love the way Reed's played so far for Philadelphia in this first period.
Our play sponsored by Craftsman. There will be carryover time into the next period if the Flyers don't score earlier. Got some time to work with here, and then if necessary, a fresh sheet for the second. Hagelin tries to tip it on. Hagelin ragging it well, but it's held by Giroux. Walked on, and Giroux behind the back pass that's need over now for Voracek. I'm impressed for everything, so it's no big deal, I guess, is it? Here's Giroux across. Voracek sent one, and it ricocheted across, and Hagelin there, and a good clear back down the ice.
Boy, Voracek too nice there. He's got to let that puck go. You had the Rangers on one side of the ice. The lane was open there. He just tried to get too fine and fire it back to the front of the net.
And that was a message from the Flyer bench. Shoot the puck, boys.
through there in the last 27 of the period. On back to Mark Streit. Then across to Voracek, then back to Streit again. Fires, deflected wide as reaching was Braden Shen. Poke back along, and here comes Nash. Shen is after him. Nash moving in. Saved by Mason. Rebound net dislodged. And the clock is stopped.
All right, teammates in Columbus. Rick Nash with pull-away speed here. Pulls away from Braden Shen and tries to cut back on his forehand. He really never brought the puck far enough over where Mason was going to go all the way to his left, and he just cut right back in and just stuffed it right into the pad.
You think he's tried to do that to Mason once or twice in practice when they were in Columbus, Eddie?
Yeah, he probably had a couple zeros on each one of those, Pierre. I think Rick Nash, you got to make that move a little earlier. You can't try to make that move so tight, because you're just not going to be able to elevate it up and over the pad. So if he makes that move, you got to make it a little earlier. You give yourself more options. You get in too tight and you're cutting back in the blue paint. Either you're going to get your legs taken out from under, or you're never going to get really a high-quality chance, and a missed opportunity there from a guy that's had a terrific year so far for the New York Rangers.
12 goals. Only one player has more. That's Tyler Seguin with 14. Toss goes all the way out to Boyle as the horn sounds to end the first of our 20-minute periods. Liam, Mike Keith, and NHL insider Bob McKenzie are coming up on the Lexus Intermission Report. A report of something odd. Turmoil in Toronto. And Hall of Fame changes. All of that in our intermission that lies ahead. The shots on goal, 13-9 Rangers. 1 goal. Klein his 4th alone assist from Carl Hagelin at 5:10. 1-0 New York after 1. The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by the new comedy Horrible Bosses 2 in theaters November 26th. And by Lexus, introducing the first ever 306 horsepower RC Coupe from Lexus. Before the second starts, how about Rod Gilbert, a man with a scary shot, scored on it 406 times in 18 years, all with the Rangers. A personality perfect for Broadway and skills perfect for the Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall of Fame, what about a guy at the other end? Bernie Perron, author of 2 championships. The last 2 and the only 2. This is what he looked like in 1976. And here he is recently with 2 Flyers fans, Charles and Lucille Sayer, married 71 years, both in their mid-90s, and they have a Flyers banner in their yard, and it's too cold to go out and bring it in if they even wanted to. Their team is on the power play as the second period starts. All the way back to 1967. That's a lot of telecasts watched, isn't it? Controlled back up here by Jake Voracek, and offside is called. Voracek has been outstanding, the first Flyer with a 10-game point streak since Mark Recchi in 2001.
And the guy he grew up watching, Jaromir Jagr, from the same hometown, Kladno in the Czech Republic. The Rangers just had another Kladno guy in camp, Thomas Kaberle. He's no longer part of the group, but he's here trying out.
Yeah, the decision was made on Monday of this week that it was not going to be. This is slowed down now by Mason. Mason pitched it along to Giroux. As we're down to the last 25 of this second Flyers power play of the game. Voracek brought it ahead, handed it on to Wayne Simmons, and he fired it off a jagged piece of the corner boards. Back along now for Streit to play back in, and here's Simmons through the legs pass is covered by Stahl, and Stahl able to play it and back down.
Good positioning there by Mark Stahl, stick in the passing lane. Good composure. Send it down and get a change.
What's he worth, Eddie? Contract's up.
6+ a year for sure.
Agreed.
Del Zotto threw one that had gone behind Ronaldo and is taken by Kreider. Meanwhile, it's ahead to Stepan. Stepan motoring on and letting a shot go that's carefully grabbed by Mason. Let's take a look at the Coors Light cold hard facts for the night. And they pertain to this guy, Jake Voracek, tied for first in points in the league with Sidney Crosby. The first Flyer with 26 points in the first 16 games since Forsberg and Gagne in 05-06. One more thought on older Flyers. Eric Lindros and John LeClair will enter the Flyers Hall of Fame tomorrow night before their game against the Minnesota Wild. The Rangers are going to be idle tomorrow night. They will play in Buffalo on Friday.
If they can get there.
They get there, exactly.
They already have loaded the plane down with lots of ice-melting salt. Puck played back along and ricocheted stiffly off of Coburn and fired wide by Ronaldo.
Good pickup by Ronaldo to get that shot towards the net.
He's made significant improvement playing for Craig Berube. He really understands his role. I think Craig's done a great job reeling in Zach Ronaldo.
Too many men for the Flyers.
Yep.
Well, it looked like it. Well, they had 6 guys on the ice in a
That's
period of
definitely
time.
too many. You got it.
There's a signal on offside. And it appears that thus far time will pass and there will be no further penalty.
Wow.
So it is just strictly an offside. And so benevolence. This is Coburn banking one ahead that ricocheted off LeCavalier and down. Out to get it and throw it along with Talbot. Ricocheted further and it's played by Nash. Nash able to bring it on. Nash threw one on through and it's Brassard to it. Oh, and Zuccarello ran one off the pipe. Pitch back along, and so 2 posts for the Rangers in the contest tonight. Braden Coburn brings it ahead, banked one on through that pinball loose off of Umberger. Delayed enough by Belmar that Umberger could get back out, and then it's laid in, but a long toss ahead for Zuccarello. Norwegian-born winger holds, delays, and shot one wide of the short side. Zuccarello spun one again. That was a pretty impressive shift that didn't result in a goal for that guy. Meanwhile, it is played through traffic by Vandevelde and guided back outside to the safety of center by Lawton. Carried back up now by Moore, and he's able to flop it back in, going to get it. And turning and jamming a pass on to Lawton was Grossman. And this one is just sealed up by Talbot.
Well, earlier in the game, we were talking about Cam Talbot, his ability to handle the puck. He moves so hard around the wall. There's Rick Nash, wins a one-on-one battle off to the races. Nash gets it, moves it to Brassard, over to Zuccarello, and he just wires it right off the post.
Right, just at the last second, that's a great pickup by our crew. You see the puck go on edge right before Zuccarello lets that puck go, and anytime that puck goes on edge when you're following through, you're not sure where it's going. You got a lot on it, and certainly beat Steve Mason, but off the post again for the Rangers.
It does make a difference, Eddie and Doc, when you have a goalie that can skate like Talbot can and handle the puck, and he's moving it a lot tonight, breaking down the Flyers' forecheck.
Off the tie-up, this one kicked back on and can be carried back out by Nash, and Nash flipped one that was swatted on back by Del Zotto. Collision there, and it's angled back in by Nash, and then stopped around behind by Mason, and hurriedly turned on to Schultz. Nick Schultz tried to play it on second effort there. Meanwhile, from his knees, hoping to play with Brassard. But we all have hope, don't we? Voracek brought it ahead, and that one popped up in the air. Swung at and missed by Del Zotto. Carried ahead by Zuccarello with an opening. A swat, a couple of them from Del Zotto. Zuccarello to the back, slowed down enough by Brassard. Nudged to Stahl, brushed ahead for Giroux. Outletted to Braden Shen. Moves up with Voracek. Got it to him. Giroux a shot. Blocked off by Talbot. Pretty good combination there by the top line for Philadelphia. Angled on back for Nash. And Nash able to get one as far as center and turning back up ice with it, San Luis. Scoots on in. San Luis a shot, and it's shut off by Mason. Boy, a lot of deceptive moves there and a chance for Couturier. Cut off, though, as getting back was Matt Hunwick and did a great defensive job. Carried back on by Stepan. End to end they go. Stepan jammed it along, couldn't take it. Forced along back behind and turned back up by Strike. Flying to it and bringing it back ahead again is Simmons. Pushed it back in and went after it to the trapezoid Talbot. Past the leaping form of Simmons. Steered ahead by Stepan. Too far for San Luis. And down.
It's been the Steve Mason showing at the other end. Talbot's been pretty good too. One-on-one with Michael Del Zotto, Marty St. Louis. The old Sergei Fedorov move, trying to fool Del Zotto. And then earlier, Claude Giroux whips it on goal, and a nice job of being square by Cam Talbot.
Coburn got it ahead. A shot by LeCavalier, blocked loose in front. Looked like it may have ricocheted off Belmar. Meanwhile, it's Stepan trying to play it on through. LeCavalier persisting, though. Persistent checking by Stepan, and Kreider took the hit after he jammed it on back.
That was Belmar with a good finish hit.
Coburn played it off. LeCavalier protects it. Tried to slip it over for Koliakovo, and it's played between the blue lines. It's TV, you can see that. All right, I'll just stop. Here is Klein stepping back ahead. Klein able to motor it across, got it onto Hunwick for the top back end, and it hit crazily off the shelf and everything else back there. Taken on by Moore, sidled up to and brushed off by Braden Shen. To the back it comes for a shot by Boyle that is chopped across. Oh, and what a flex of the pass of Mason. Picking up the rebound now is Tanner Glass. Onto the back it comes to Boyle again. Mason has been remarkable still in keeping his team going here as a shot is blocked off by him from John Moore, who was able to move back in and take that pass.
Foss with the opportunity. Great pass from Dominic Moore right before the chance from John Moore.
Yeah. Jesper Fast was a great scorer, heading back with HV71 in Jönköping, Sweden before he came to the NHL.
Well, turnover along the boards. Watch Dominic Moore. Left part of your screen is going to reach over, make the quick pass, and Foss just loses his edge, loses his balance, and really doesn't get a lot on that shot. But going one way and shoot back the other way. A good stop there from Steve Mason again.
Boston, his 18th NHL game, still looking for a point. Second period shots are 5-1 in favor of the Rangers here. 18-10 in the game. Nash's try went off the form of Koliakovo and then had to be brushed aside, as you noticed, by Mason. Taken along by Nash again. Little pass ricocheted and was flexed on back, kept alive by Klein. Steps in and wrists one. Save made there. Turned back along now for the carry back up by Belmar. Belmar able to lift it back in. 6.5 played in the second period. Klein with the lone goal a long time ago from Hagelin at 5:10 of the first. Klein flips one that is off the glove and retrieved by Schultz, pestered by Zuccarello. Back up the boards for Braden Shen. Shen able to finesse it to center, and it is held by Girardi.
Stalin Girardi every single time the Rangers can against this top line of the Flyers with Shen, Giroux, and Voracek.
Delzato moves in there, brushed aside by the checking of San Luis, so it can be fed back to Girardi and banked along for San Luis, but tipped on by Stepan and can be played on back by Voracek, and we get a penalty coming up. It is going to be on Schultz. Early stages, middle stages, sort of. Second period, 1-0 Rangers.
Well, as Doc mentioned before that TV timeout, Nick Schultz with the slash of the stick on Derek Stepan. Power play coming to the home team.
Congratulations to Gerard Weir. You are tonight's
Brassard will have Nash to his right. Stepan across to the left. Boyle left point, San Luis right point. Boyle the only defenseman on this Rangers unit, so to speak. Boyle shoves it across, San Luis with it there. But Boyle must play at center. The slash to Schultz at 7:07. Become penalty minutes number 11 and 12 for him. As Boyle moves in, he's got San Luis near the front and holds. Played along for San Luis. Ricochet on now to Nash right in front. Oh, and he shot one that ricocheted off Mason and went high.
If he hits the net, that's in.
Stepan, side of the net, San Luis across.
Boy, after a great chance for Rick Nash where he put the puck up and over the crossbar, the puck movement, Stepan to St. Louis, and no chance for Steve Mason as Rick Nash has a wide open net.
Crisp passing, precise passing, and a great finish from Rick Nash. You can be Superman and play goal, and you're not stopping that one.
The Rocket Richard Trophy race for most goals scored, one ahead of Steven Stamkos, who is third, one behind Tyler Seguin, who is first. Duclair and Hagelin played that one back in, and so to get it is strike. Jostled a bit for the checking of Hagelin. Duclair reaches in, and Delzato presses him. Nash's 13th and his second power play goal of the season. Bouncer came back along, tangled up in the skates of Streit, but he emerges remarkably and can carry on before Duclair got him, but Lecavalier tries to finesse by Onway. Dropped it around behind, played there by Simmons, touched away to Del Zotto. Then Lecavalier tried to feed one, but good defensive work was done there by Hayes. So Hagelin shoveled on across. It is Hayes bringing it ahead. A large man out of Boston College at 6'5". Played back in deep now. Fost there, jostled a bit by Del Zotto. Then to the back. Fed across now to Girardi. Drive, and a pad stop is made there by Mason. San Luis, close quarters. Jabbed around behind, turning with it is Fost. Close quarters again for Dominic Moore, I beg your pardon. I called him San Luis. Onto the back now, Girardi. Handed across for the hold. And the try by Stahl, blocked away by Mason, right around in front, off of everyone, and slipped wide by Fost. It is Dominic Moore again. Fost wanted to play one in front, ricocheted to the glass, taken along by Girardi, then to the back to Stahl. Around to take it is Moore. Moore with a back pass. Girardi had it knocked away by Lecavalier, who cleared. Stahl kept, but did not hold. And then turned right back in again by Tanner Glass.
A real good shift for that line again. Glass, Fost, and Moore. You got some tired defensemen on the ice right now for the Flyers.
Absolutely correct.
Scott Lawton played it ahead. It's given back to him again. Lawton nudged there and got it to Vandevelde for a shot that had to be stopped by Talbot, and a little extra after the whistle.
Go back to their goal. Puck is over on the left-hand side, but I want everybody to keep an eye on Rick Nash. The circle that he makes, and he comes back to this area, but watch the stick positioning. He recognizes there's a chance that he might get this puck. Look where his stick is. Goes right down on the ice. Wait. It comes right over. Not having to go from his waist down to the ice. Perfectly executed. What a pass. And not an easy goal. Yes, he had the wide open net from being on that angle. It easily missed that wide open net, but you love how he circled back to the front of the net. That's the one thing that's very apparent, is that Rick Nash is playing much more inside the dots than he has played over the course of the last couple of years, and it's showing in the offensive part of the game, resulting in 13 goals to start the season.
Schultz with a shot that is speared away by Talbot. So is that coaching?
Oh, it's a combination. And Rick Nash has been a guy that's always been willing to take the puck to the net. But it's okay to hang around there every once in a while, Doc. It's okay to just stand there. The puck's going to find a goal scorer. The puck will find you. If you want to score, you got to get to the front of the net. And Rick Nash, when you look at a lot of his goals that he scored, it's coming within that 10-foot area of the blue paint.
Schultz turning with this one. Connects back on to Vandevelde, who can bring it ahead. Fires one that is blocked by Talbot, and he's able to ladle it back off to the defense. It is Girardi outletting ahead. Stepan saw that one careen back in. Stahl goes back to play it, checked off by Giroux. Girardi run into there by Braden Shen. San Luis turns and hands it on across. Eric Stepan, the Minnesota native, fired it back in, and it is stopped by Mason. Along to take it is Voracek. Voracek able to settle things down and march ahead. Braden Shen off of Giroux and on goal and trapped and held. 8:57 to go, second period of play. Klein in the first, his fourth. Nash here, his 13th. You're watching Wednesday Night Rivalry presented by Coors Light.
Coach, is there anything tactically you guys can do to generate more offense? You only have 12 shots on goal.
Well, we're not skating and attacking. It's more of a mindset for me than anything. Getting pucks in, got to execute better coming out of our end and get it in their zone and attack more. We don't have a shooting mentality right now.
Is mindset also part of the problems on the penalty kill?
Well, a little bit. We're just not aggressive enough as a unit out there. You got one guy going, the others are watching, and too much of that. So if you're not all on the same page, it's not going to turn out very good for you.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to action here as it's taken on by Braden Shen. Out in front, Voracek. Oh, and a shot that would not work for him. Punched on back, Girardi turning with it there. Girardi run into by Braden Shen. San Luis stoked it ahead, but free now for Del Zotto on the turning stick of Giroux, who was run into by Stepan. Played in by Voracek. Played out again by Stahl. after it. San Luis, and he got there. Turns away from Delzato, took a couple of swats, played on along now and chased off with Kreider, but with the puck. Kreider turning again off Giroux's stick behind. San Luis out in front. Kreider to the back to Boyle. Boyle just holding now. Wristed one that is kneelingly blocked. They try to play further as Schultz got in the way of that. Played on by Kreider. And Kreider dips the shoulder and goes on further before Delzato got him. To the back, Boyle once more. Rattled around behind. Kreider wanted to be there but had to get up from the ice first. Played on toward the front of the goal and blocked away by Mason. And then Boyle again. Around behind it can be played further. Oh, and a chance out in front for Kreider, and he didn't get much. Now it is Boyle firing, and that over the glove hand of Mason. Centered on back. Boyle is shot. Oh, and a lightning white glove held by Mason, who has been alone at numerous times.
Well, you could tell the frustration of Craig Berube when he was talking to Pierre on that bench interview. And the Rangers are just having their way right now. They're winning all the foot races. They're winning the physical battles. They're using the area below the goal line. I got to imagine in between now and the start of the next third period, if it doesn't change, it's going to be a pain coming off the walls inside the locker room there of the Flyers, because they need to get in this game quickly or this game's going to get out of hand. Their goaltenders kept them in. This game could easily be 4 or 5-0. The Rangers have had 2 posts already. Quality of chances. That was a great save off the stick of Dan Boyle. That's just a terrific stop. Simplify your game. When you're struggling like this, you got to go straight ahead. More north-south, as Alain Vigneault told Pierre in the first period for the Rangers. Get the puck in, go get it, get the legs into it, simplify the game.
Miscommunication on the point play, and so Klein retreats and plays it on to Hundley. Off of Zuccarello, but to Hagelin. And then Koliakovo had to pivot away from Brassard, who took it away. Brassard weaving his way along through the legs pass that's touched away by Simmons, and then walled was the forward Duclair. Meanwhile, it comes back for a shot that ricocheted off the skate of Koliakovo and can be brought back up by Matt Reed. Reed checked off by Hagelin and then back in. A strange play and a chance that is denied by Talbot. Again, a weird bounce.
Well, we've seen a couple in that end of the rink where the Flyers come on and off the ice and pops right out, and Dan Boyle saves a high-quality chance with having his stick right in the lane, and then Talbot leaves the front of the net to go to get the puck, and then he's in a mad scramble, never gives up a second chance opportunity.
Yeah, and that's where that Zamboni, as you said, where the Flyers vacate the ice after every period, but that's where the Zamboni comes in and out.
It is rare that I speak for the network, but it is our ad that is there. It is not our fault that there have been 2 of those.
I think the S might be a little raised off those boards. Maybe that's what happened.
You know, it sort of looks like it, doesn't it? And we get a halt to play on a hand pass. Let's go back inside the glass with Pierre.
Thanks a lot, Doc. Well, Doc and Eddie have been talking about the greatness of Steve Mason, and you could see it tonight. I mean, he's been professional, personified. That one off of Matty Hunwick. How about this one off of Marty St. Louis? Robin Moore robbing Rick Nash. Another chance for Jesper Foss. There's one in the second period for Danny Boyle. He's been all world here for the Philadelphia Flyers tonight.
And the Flyers are one shot from really being in this game and then gaining some traction, gaining some confidence. You know you're going to get another power play at some time where you know how lethal their power play can be. So for them to be in this game still, that's what they got to build off of.
Here's Simmons trying to play it to the front, but it is held at the side of the net by Talbot. 5:58 to go, second period of play. 25 shots to 14 Rangers, but in goals it's just 2-zip. Watch the NHL on NBC Live on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone with NBC Sports Live Extra. Download the app or go to NBC Sports/Live Extra and watch the biggest events anywhere, anytime. Offensive zone face-off for the Flyers, but won by the defensive Rangers and played along by Girardi. And it goes back down for an icing. We were talking about those crazy boards, and I remember when Bob Hartley was coaching Colorado to a Stanley Cup championship in the final against New Jersey. Over at the Meadowlands, there was a corner piece that was sponsored by the New Jersey Lottery. And a strange puck came back out in front. The Devils scored, and in that game, they defeated Colorado, and Hartley concluded, "It's the only time I ever hit the lottery and lost." I'm glad he's in Calgary. He's always a lot of fun to listen to, and his team is really good.
Yeah, what a comeback last evening. You get the Anaheim Ducks down 2-0 going in the third period, win that game.
They only had 7 shots after 40 minutes.
That team really competes. I mean, that's the one thing. It's win a lot of games last year, but one thing he's been able to do is get that team to play hard each and every night. You know you've been in a game, and it's not just the physical part of it. A fun team to follow, and some really, really good young players there.
Slick signing of Jonas Hiller out of Anaheim, and you look at Dennis Weidman, and he's already got 7 goals this season as a defenseman. He's had a tremendous offensive year.
Mark Giordano's had a phenomenal season.
21 points for that guy. Leads all defensemen. This given across now to Foss, who sent it across. Oh, a rising shot off the glove of Mason from glass. To the back, Klein a shot, and another stop made by Mason. And another save made by Mason.
Line has really had it going on tonight for the Rangers. Moore, Foss, and Glass.
They don't want to be benched. They want to play.
Reached along by Ronaldo out to center. Touched by Grossman, and retrieving is Klein.
Well, they have a little bit of success, and then the trust factor from the coach to go ahead and play those guys. Yeah, they may be your 4th line, but the coach has got to have the confidence to play in. Certainly helps when they eat up some minutes to give those other guys, those key top 9 players, when it comes to the even strength part of it, an opportunity to breathe a little bit.
Shoved by Hagelin along now to Duclair. The first-year man from Pointe Claire, Quebec, plays it along further now, and jostled off was Hayes. Spun back up for Reed, checked right off from behind by Hagelin, taken along by Hayes. Nudged from him, though, and it can be reached by Umberger. Ohio State product played it along, and it squibs around behind where they still battle for it, and then Hayes is able to get a little help here. Oh, and run into was Hayes by Umberger.
Still won that battle, though. That was a heck of a play. That was a big collision. Stayed right with it.
Couturier angles it on back. It's Coburn with it, handing it across. Koliakovo, a shot blocked away carefully by Talbot.
Nobody in front for the Flyers there. You got to do a better job of getting to the front of the net, especially when that puck is back at the point. Coburn and Koliakovo.
They did give them plenty of time, didn't they, with that pass between the two of them?
You got to see that play developing.
Boyle up the middle off of Stepan and thrown along by Mason. Right ahead to LeCavalier, who marches on in. Save made by Talbot. Back the other way, San Luis, a 2-on-1. Across for Kreider and through him.
Too hard of a pass.
It's the Flyers' turn to attack back. Simmons brings it ahead, drops it for Belmar, chopped off by Kreider, and retrieved at center by Schultz. Delzato spun it back in, and Talbot slowed it. 3 minutes to go. We were in the firehouse there for a while, weren't we? LeCavalier along to Belmar, centered one out in front, and getting a piece of it with the block was Talbot, and it's controlled by his teammate.
Boy, what a chance for Wayne Simmons. He's not able to elevate the puck as he goes back to the bench and slams his stick along the boards. Rightfully so. What a chance.
He doesn't miss very often from there. One of the best slot players in the league.
Delzato ahead, on to Voracek, who moves. Voracek a shot that's sent it aside. A good play by Talbot, and then we get the puck played by a high stick and a neutralized faceoff.
Well, Danny Boyle started it all. The slap pass to Derek Stepan through the middle. Now watch 22 in white. He's going to sneak up. Everybody's in front of him. Well, they're not. Vinny LeCavalier's behind him, and what a save by Cam Talbot to deny Vinny LeCavalier. Boyle started it. Talbot stopped it, but Boyle was lucky. Talbot was there.
Rattled around near Stahl. Stahl turned one up for Nash. Nash sparring there with Strike. Nash flipped it back. Along to get it is Stahl. Fired it back further, Zuccarello. Given up to Voracek, trying to shake Stahl. Cut off by Zuccarello in another strong defensive play. Bouncer is near Grossman. There is not a flaw in Zuccarello's game. I don't remember the warm-up. I think he was good then, too. Carried on by Voracek. He's been strong, hasn't he? Offense,
really
defense.
Good.
hit the post.
Last year, played on the most consistent line for the Rangers. It was Brassard, Pouliot, and Zuccarello. They were fantastic. Now Nash is replacing Pouliot.
Talking about fantastic. Go back to that chance for Wayne Simmons. There's Simmons on the forecheck. Good support from LeCavier. Bellemare below the goal line. Throws it to the front of the net. There's Wayne Simmons. Left pad save. Just not able to open up that stick blade. You get that puck moving side from below the goal line out to the front. The goaltender is going to be down. You got to get that puck elevated. Great chance. Great play. Better stop.
Couturier slugged one that ricocheted wide, played along by Del Zotto, and he fired it around where Couturier can play it. Stall on him. The big guys collide, and Couturier saw one pinball around in front. Umberger to the back to Del Zotto, and a drive. Oh, and in the way of it was Zuccarello. Back to his feet, seems to be okay. Del Zotto rattled it around there. Taken along to the outside by Reed. Del Zotto saw Girardi anticipate that pass, and so he stepped into the man. Brassard dumped it back in. Joe Tonnison will announce the final minute. Off of Reed and back down. Doyle stepped into John Moore with a pass that ricocheted back down and goes for an icing. Let's take a look at some upcoming games. Go, man.
Well, tomorrow on the NHL Network, the Wild head to Philadelphia to take on these Flyers. And then on Monday, you got the Penguins and Bruins. And next Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, we will be in Philadelphia for this rematch between the Rangers and the Flyers.
How about Nino Niederreiter with Minnesota? He's just starting to light it up. He's playing great for them right now.
Minnesota with 20 points, 6 points out of first, but that has them fifth in the Central. But it's all a little deceptive right now. We like to look at the standings every once in a while because we're just sort of conditioned to it. But they'll probably show pretty much the same teams by the time we get into April.
Last time we checked back, these 2 points are the same value as they are 1st of December, or they are at the end of March, but they seem to be much more scrutinized towards the end of the season. They're all big, huge games, and you can't fall too far behind, especially in that very, very deep Western Conference.
This is John Moore able to slug it back in. Takes about 100 points to make the playoffs out there. So
Mason
got a hurt guy.
Tanner Glass and Wayne Simmons.
Well, the initial forecheck in behind the net. There's Wayne Simmons. Tanner Glass is trying to go in between, and it ends up being a collision amongst 2 Flyers. Braden Colburn takes out Steve Mason, and you see the neck, the whiplash.
That's a good non-call by the officials. We did a game not that long ago in Washington where there was a phantom goalie interference call that cost the Red Wings a goal. That's a good non-call by the officials. Give them credit. They didn't get bluffed out on that one.
Yeah, and what happened was, Pierre, is that play happened. Wayne Simmons went over, as we showed, and you mentioned that Wayne Simmons went over at Tanner Glass and just assumed it was Glass that took out his goaltender. But there clearly, everybody had a chance to see it in the building as well. Coaches, players, fans, officials, when they played it up on the Jumbotron.
Francois St. Laurent and Brian Puckmera, good for those guys. They didn't react to the inappropriate thing. They reacted to the right thing and didn't make the call.
Giroux wins this back with 15 to go. And Grossman brings it ahead. Harassed by Hagelin, plays back in and goes in to get it himself. Stepan there to hurry it around. St. Louis able to flip one that careens back to center, and that'll do it. So I guess our cameraman down in the hallway near the Flyers dressing room should take note of the color of the paint on the wall now, eh, Eddie? You were saying that it might change in color before the end of the intermission. Liam, Mike, and Keith are coming up in the intermission report. Brought to you by Discover. Rangers firing on all cylinders, and the Canucks battle the Oilers. 40 minutes are in the books. Not that many entries, really. 4 minor penalties, 2 aside, and 2 goals. Both of those belonging to the home team. The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by the Discover It card. It's a game changer. And by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the game's most refreshing beer. 10-story Saul with red, white, and blue on the outside tonight. The New York Rangers have a lead 2-0 as we enter the third period of play. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, it's lucky to be what the score is, Doc. 2-0 for the home team. It could easily be 5 or 6-0 when you think about the chances that the Rangers have had on Steve Mason. Has had a terrific game. But I think for the Flyers, the mindset's got to be, look, we're in this game. We got 20 minutes. If we wake up and we play the way that we can, we could be right in this hockey game. So I think positive thoughts for the Flyers instead of thinking about what it could be, but what can it be if we play the way we can in this third period.
I was sitting on your bench. I'd be inspired right now. I'd want to do it. Let's take a look at the game storyline brought to you by Head and Shoulders, Mr. O.
It has been about the man I mentioned a little bit earlier, Steve Mason. He gave up the goal a little bit earlier there to Kevin Klein here on a power play from Rick Nash, but other than that, he has made 4 or 5 8+ chances. And you talk about head and shoulders, Doc. Well, how about shoulders and head? Coburn on the head of Steve Mason. Good to see him getting back to his feet, finishing off the second period and starting the third.
Derek Stepan to take the draw with Giroux to begin this period. Derek Stepan, like many young men in the United States or Canada, coached at one time by his father, Brad, who is a high school coach in Minnesota at Rosemount High. The Irish, they are called. Green and gold. The bouncer near Voracek, and play is stopped. 14 seconds into the third period. No carryover penalties nor power plays. Francois Saint Laurent, Brian Pochmara are the referees tonight, and there have been just a pair of minors apiece.
It was interesting when Pierre had talked and interviewed Craig Berube in that second period, and he asked him about the penalty kill. That second shorthanded situation for the Flyers, he had mentioned about being out of sync, not everybody being aggressive. It was the opposite of the first penalty kill that they had in this game back in the first period, where they did a great job of working together. But when you're a fragile club and you're really struggling on the penalty kill, those type of things are going to happen. Every mistake will end up in the back of your net.
One guy they really missed on the penalty kill, Kimmo Timonen. I mean, he hasn't been there all year, but man, did they miss him.
I was certainly thinking about him with dealing with that blood clot.
Round behind to be taken, boy, and in the same vein, Pascal Dupuis.
Very dangerous, very dangerous. And thinking about him as well. Thomas Volkun had it as well in Pittsburgh last season, I believe. So
valuable players for their teams. This is sent down on an icing. 1 minute and 2 seconds into the third period of play.
We're talking about injuries aspect, Doc, and take a look at the Flyers. A blood clot for Kimmo Timonen, Andrew McDonald, Michael Raffel, and Luke Schenn day to day. It's opportunity for other players.
Craig Berube was saying perhaps McDonald tomorrow against Minnesota. Probably not Luke Schenn. Couturier turns back and lays it on a cross with a carry back ahead by Del Zotto. Walked on now and controlled in traffic by Umberger. Twisted it back around, and it is tipped on now for Reed. Reed forced it along. Kicked right back to him again and taken on by Kreider. Handed over, and it might be an on-man rush, and it is Stepan moving in. Save made by Mason, and the rebound bounced over to Reed.
And you've been saying that a lot tonight, Doc.
Boy, he has been strong. We get an offside call, or as has been pointed out earlier, it would be a very lopsided game by now.
Well, this play all starts at the defensive zone blue line for the Rangers. The pinch in, the quick little developing play. Nick Schultz steps up. Now it's a 2-on-1, and Michael Del Zotto has made his way into the runway, heading to the Flyers bench. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. He is off the Flyer bench, but in that situation there, you know Schultz trying to be aggressive there, but if you don't have support there, you can't run at somebody and allow the Rangers to chip that puck up and create that chance at another. You mentioned Pierre to Doc, another save by Mason.
Simmons rattled it in. It's Belmar to take that. Tried to push it up front. Then careened one off a Ranger stick that came back over for LeCavalier to try to return to him, but Klein got in the way. And Klein wrapped up there by Belmar. Poked on back for the play to be made by Hayes. Then along for Matt Hunwick. Shoved on now for Hagelin and corralled by Coburn. Back checked away and carried on. Nice rag of the puck by Duclair, but it wound up being an offside play.
Doc, you made mention the day after Thanksgiving we'll be in Philadelphia, the first of a home and home with the Flyers and Rangers, and then on Saturday they'll be back here at MSG the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That'll be the first of a doubleheader hockey game here at Madison Square Garden, because later that night Cornell will take on Penn State in the Frozen Apple here at Madison Square Garden on that Saturday night.
The Reds and the Nittany Lions. Onto the back it comes for John Moore. Carried on by Ronaldo. Ronaldo got to center. Run into there by Tanner Glass. Taken along by Lawton and fed ahead. And nice checking being done along the way by Boyle. Or Streit might have gotten free. And he is dangerous offensively. Brought on by Dominic Moore. Laid it back in for Tanner Glass, who got there. Reversed it along. And in a logjam of players trying to walk free was Foss. Taken along by Lawton, no relation to Charles. Scott played it ahead now, and it is overskated and then pitched back on by Dominic Moore and back in. 3 1/4 gone here in the third period. 28 shots to 18. The Rangers in the lead by a score of 2-0. Ahead with this and trying to step by with Voracek. No luck. Banked ahead. St. Louis moving along. Plenty of reinforcements back. Puts on the brakes. Tries to catch up to them. Laying it along now for Kreider. Stolen away, and it can be handed on for the carry back up by Giroux. Flyer captain able to bank it back in, and around it curls over for Schultz. Banked it behind on the backhand, and it is knifed away from Voracek, but he got it back again. Then on to Schultz, and a save made by Talbot. Rebound side of the net, dug out and cleared away by St. Louis. Pinballed in front. A close call, but St. Louis was there, and back on it is lobbed by Stepan.
That all started because of the simple shoot-in by Claude Giroux.
Lost by Koliakovo, battled for at the side of the net. Koliakovo takes the man, and the puck is held by Mason. Wow.
Shoot-in and retrieval matters. Eddie was bang on. That's how Philadelphia started that last offensive thrust. And here's the end result at the other end. Little miscommunication with Koliakovo and the goaltender Mason.
Well, the play below the goal line, Jake Voracek gets his puck out to Nick Schultz, and a real good opportunity with Braden Shen. But again, take that back about 10 seconds and simple play. Shoot it in, retrieve it, the word that Pierre used. Get to work, get below the goal line, and force the Rangers to defend, because they haven't had to defend a lot. And if it has, it's been one and done.
Line wants to connect with Brassard.
There's that door. Sorry,
No, it is. You don't need to apologize, but perhaps the Carpenters have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, if you're Steve Mason, that puck comes around, you better just stay home. Do not leave your net.
Taken away by Brassard, and we get a stoppage of play, and a tripping call is coming up.
Derek Brassard on the trip.
Well, the door has opened here for the Flyers. And a must power play below the goal line. Quick little change of pace, and there you see the left skate of Brassard trip up Nicholas Grossman. Right call.
And this is a strength of the Flyers, third in the league on the power play coming into this game. A lot of different weapons. One of them 93, left-hand shot on the right point.
No hesitation here on this power play for the Flyers. They got a lane there. They got to let the puck go. They need to get as much action and pucks to Cam Talbot as they can.
What a face-off win by Dominic Moore.
Here is Hagelin, and had to be turned aside by Mason, and given up to Hagelin again. That one pinballed across off a Flyer defender, and now maybe they settle it down. Rangers looked really good on taking some handoffs from the Flyers. This one is rifled back down again, and Mason will see perhaps more conventional play unfold in front of him.
Still no Michael Delzato on the bench for the Flyers.
1:25 to go on the power play. Simmons steps ahead. Simmons wheeling around behind and sending it back over to Giroux. Has Streit and gave to him. Held at the line, they rule, and Voracek connects with Simmons, then back on for Giroux, and then guided from him and back down again by Rick Nash, who comes to the bench for a change.
Good stick positioning there. Kept the Flyers to the outside, and a good stick. Shut that right down.
Nash got his 13th tonight, second in the NHL in goals. Klein, the other goal scorer in the contest. Hagelin able to tap it across, reading that as Koliakovo, bashed it around, but it came over to Boyle. Two-a-side battle, and Klein leads in, and then Hagelin able to play it further, but not out yet. Sent to the back now for Streit to play to LeCavalier. Swept around for Boyle. Poked on further by Boyle. Tanner Glass is after that one. Glass turning into some traffic, but Klein clears, though it is held by Streit. Streit able to look over his angles and then play it back across. It is held there by Koliakovo. Has Reed inside the four-man defensive box. LeCavalier a blast! And that turned aside by Talbot. Laid on by Koliakovo. Onto the back to Streit, who lost it to center. 10 seconds left on the power play. And Boyle drills it back down. It is Schultz connecting across. Penalty time is up. One Flyer shot on goal in the power play. 20 in the game. Played on back now for the carry back up by Hunwick and ladled back in by Brassard. Grabbed off by Grossman, and Grossman able to play further. That ricocheted back off of Belmar and is then sent back down the ice. There'll be no icing here. As coming out is Talbot. Talbot, in his short lifetime as a Ranger goaltender, has recorded 3 games in which he has not allowed a goal. Did I say it? Played along further now off of Brassard. Use the word. Played back out to center, and it's Grossman on a cross. And back in, and walled there was Ronaldo by Girardi. 7.5 elapsed time in the third. Hunwick flipped it ahead, grabbed off by Coburn, and right back to him it comes. Braden Coburn got it back out for Giroux. Giroux able to march ahead with it now, sized up by John Moore. Guided one into the catching glove of Talbot. 12:14 to go, third period of play. It is 2-0 here at Madison Square Garden. The Rangers lead.
This is a Flyer power play. It's 2-on-2 in a corner. They need Vinny LeCavalier to get into this pile here and help out. And the Rangers end up getting this puck. They don't get the puck out, but look, in that situation, if the Rangers have 2 guys there, the Flyers need 3. If they have 3, the Flyers need 4. And a missed opportunity there to track down the puck in that situation.
Step on ahead to St. Louis with Kreider breaking. St. Louis feeds for him, and it was sent off Koliakovo by Kreider, who retrieves and gives back. Girardi a shot, and that turned to the corner. St. Louis to play it there. Don't trust the boards in that corner. Around it comes now to Stepan. Stepan able to roll to the outside and give it back to Stahl, and then rattled on around further. Oh, that one's okay, wasn't it?
I think going the other way is where it has its little bit of a bump out there. That'll be on every scouting report throughout the National Hockey League until it gets corrected.
Around it comes now for the drag by Schenn. Got it on back now to Streit. And then Voracek, and then back out again. Stepping to this is St. Louis. Rolled one ahead that's taken by Hagelin. Hagelin pivots. Little stutter step move. And to the corner it goes. Back up it comes now for the play by Hunwick. Canceled out by Lawton. Worked in by Hagelin. And touched back down. And will there be icing here? Answer is no. Talbot flips it along. Klein to get it there. Trickled it around behind, and Hunwick is there. And this one is sent down, and it will be an icing. Inside the glass, here's Pierre.
Thank you, Doc. One of the things that's helped the New York Rangers dominate has been their cycle game, and they have put a lot of duress on the Philadelphia Flyer defense. Forcing guys to turn and go back and have to defend below the goal line is not an easy thing to do if you're the Philadelphia Flyers. Numerous chances from behind the net, and clearly it's something they picked up on a pre-scout. And you talked about the injuries. That's probably the problem for the Philadelphia Flyers, all those injuries on defense.
You have a guy that plays all of the important roles on your team like Timonen. and you can't have him at least until the new calendar year. And you hope for that. You have suffered. To a side on this battle, and Klein, the fifth man watching, and as often happens, it comes right to him. Hoisted back out by Duclair, taken by Hagelin. Hagelin trying to work his way by, every inch of the way defended away by Schultz. Ranger fans think some of it was not legal, but play continues. Here's Moore, and that one is deflected up out of play.
Well, they did get a penalty, and they're calling a trip. So who's it going to be on? I don't think it's on Nick Schultz. It's going to be on Scott Lawton.
Anthony Duclair went flying through the air. Thought there was going to be a penalty on Schultz a little bit earlier. Nothing happened there, and there you see the penalty.
That's the one they got. The Schultz one I thought was more egregious, Eddie, than that one.
To the corner this goes, and it's Grossman wheeling, and St. Louis will drop back. Clock winks down to the last 10 minutes of regulation time. 28 shots to 21 in favor of the Rangers, and they lead 2-0 as St. Louis moves and hands it on. Third power play of them for the night. One for the prior two, and 3 shots. St. Louis getting position, played it on now for Nash. Big man got it to the back, step onside, drive, and that wouldn't go. Another try by Boyle on a cross. He could be first star, that guy, even in a losing cause if it turns out to be that way. Here's Boyle again, and a shot deflected away. Of course, if the other guy allows none, he's got to be one of the 3. Step on a shot, and another save made by Mason.
That was a difficult stop with Brassard right in the blue paint.
Brassard hands it over. Stepan gives it on to St. Louis. Boyle touches it across, and Stepan with it. St. Louis there. Boyle to the back. Stepan there. Then St. Louis touches long. Gets it back from Brassard. Brassard fed one. And it's punched but not out. Stepan again. Drive by St. Louis. Answered by the pad of Mason. And scaled back out. Boy, they crept in deep, didn't they?
There did. Dan Boyle with a great chance. An A+ opportunity. And Mason denied him. The right pad save.
You know, it opens up so much for them on the back end when you watch Derek Stepan manufacture the chances from the back end.
Another penalty coming up. Maybe it won't be the only one. We'll see. Looks like just the one being called on the trip.
Yeah, knee back in the middle of the ice dock.
So Van de Velde will be the guy to come to the box. 12 seconds of a 5-on-3.
This happened right after the penalty. Arc straight with a push on Chris Kreider. The penalty happened back in the neutral zone. Where Van de Velde stood up. I believe it was on Matt Zuccarello right at the red line. He stuck out his left leg.
And here's the penalty right there.
The official call is kneeing, and Girardi plays it back in deep. Duclair gave it back, Girardi with it there. Hands it on across to John Moore. 2 seconds and 1 on the first penalty. Worked in deep. Oh, they tried to set it up for the play by Duclair. It's across from Girardi to Moore, and the shot hit St. Louis. It is a 5-against-4. Left behind, though, by Lawton, and can be dug out and played on back by Moore. Harassed by Lawton. It's handed on to Girardi. Dan Girardi brought it ahead. Alternate captain gave it over to John Moore, and Moore with a shot snapped out of the air and held by Mason.
Alain Vigneault's going to come with his top unit right now and play Boyle and Stepan on the back end.
Yeah, you know what, Pierre? I almost thought that maybe Alain Vigneault was going to call a timeout there. I know he didn't have a lot of time on the 5-on-3, but those guys had moved it around so well. You win a faceoff, you're able to kind of set it and get a quick little look there and give them a little bit more of an opportunity on the power play.
I'm with you.
Boyle backhanded that one along. Dragged on by Nash. Off the Stepan. Pumped to the front and chased down by St. Louis. As Nash behind decides to go there. Centering pass, and Brassard tried to work it in. Repeated attempt. Stepan on to Brassard across to St. Louis. Boyle a shot. Oh, and another save made by Mason. Stepan turning with it again. Halfway through the 5-on-4, played behind by Nash. Touch back to Boyle from St. Louis. Fun to watch the passing unless you're a Flyers fan. St. Louis there. Tried to elevator it back, but it came on to Nash, and then Stepan. Oh, and a remarkable play in the goal crease yet again. And back down it goes.
Bad luck for Boyle. That puck just skipped over his stick.
Taken along now by Brassard, and he glides on back for the Rangers with 28 seconds to go on this power play. It is cleared back out as far as center. So it is Girardi with 6 3/4 minutes to go, regulation time. His team ahead in the game by 2. Kreider turns with this one and forced it around behind. Taken there and sent back by Hayes and returned back toward him, though Kreider is there. Spike down, penalty time is up. Girardi has to retrieve at center. Vandevelde is out of the box.
A couple of great saves. Keep this game within reach for the Flyers by Steve Mason.
4 shots on goal for the Rangers on the power play. Back in with it. Now comes Schenn. Got it on to Voracek. Crosses. Oh, and getting a piece of that was Talbot. Voracek fired it back around, and it can be corralled by Coburn and backhanded further. The Rangers with the advantage in the standings, tied with New Jersey for 5th in the Metropolitan. 2 points ahead of the Flyers, who are 6th. They draw the line for sure at 3rd once we get into April. Giroux, and then Stahl touched it across and then hoisted back out.
What a chance for Jake Voracek. He walked in and had that quality chance.
It is Dominic Moore, shouldered there by Coburn, and Schenn gave it across. Played along by Koliakovo. Giroux's pass came right to Stahl. Then Moore. 5:15 to go. Zuccarello brings it on. Stopped enough by Streit, but he retreats and then plays it along, hoping for Girardi. Touched it on to Brassard. Flipped one that is knifed across and turned back on to Nash again, who wheels, denied away to the corner by Streit. Around the boards it goes and back up now to Girardi, and then around behind for Nash. Steamed one that went back down the ice. Well, I have faith back in the board. There have been several pucks that have gone by. We need Lou Manfredini before he does his next thing on today's show when he comes from Chicago to take a look down in the corner.
Bring that hammer.
You're watching Wednesday Night Rivalry presented by Coors Light. 2-0 the home team.
Well, here's a look at some upcoming Flyer games on Comcast. Tomorrow, the Minnesota Wild will be in Philadelphia. The Blue Jackets. Then on the Comcast Network, Monday, Flyers at the Islanders.
Trickle on ahead for the turn by Voracek and on a cross for the return. Islanders, one of the great positive stories this year. 3 points away from Pittsburgh in the battle for first in the Metropolitan. And then there's a drop-off by 5 points to third in Washington. Here's a rifle of a shot, stopped by Talbot, and reached behind. They poke away at it. Giroux sees it squib behind the net. Losing sight of it, the referee, and play is stopped.
Chaos in front of Cam Talbot. It's a great job by the Philadelphia Flyers, keeping the play alive, strong in the puck. Braden Schenn's going to wire that on Cam Talbot, and then some good help from Dan Girardi.
Referee never saw that puck go by him. Watch on the left side of the net. The referee's going to come in, try to find this puck in good position. It's free, it's free. And now he blows the whistle. That's what you call about 8 or 9 in a picture there. Remind me of a game of Twister, Doc, right there.
Cam Talbot's done some really good things for that program he came out of at the University of Alabama at Huntsville. A lot of guys playing in the NHL out of there.
He's done a pretty good job for the Rangers here tonight. There were a couple of really difficult ones that he had to make. And when Jake Voracek has a couple of the best chances on you, you know that that's who the Flyers would handpick to have them. But they didn't get it by you. Brushed along and kept alive by Streit. Back in deep for Klein. Ripped it on along. 4 minutes to go. Mason still in the cage. A 2-goal deficit for his team. Repeated attempts, and Streit kept it, got it on to Umberger, then to Reed, worked on deep, and Couturier, and then a try by Umberger at the side of the net, wouldn't go. This group knocking on the door for the Flyers here. It has scaled on around all the way back to Koliakovo, who holds now, brings it on, and shot one that went wide. Rebound, side of the net. They try to connect with Reed, but with it is Talbot.
Boy, this all started because of a real good play by Mark Streit to keep the play alive to create some offensive opportunities.
Play halted here in New York with the home team ahead 2-0. The Nightly News, Brian Williams is here watching the game tonight wearing that Ranger color. Michael J. Fox watching as well, and so is Danny DeVito. And so are we and all of you. And in honor of Pat Foley, recently in the Hall of Fame, 3:33 to go here in period number 3. The net is empty, and the Flyers are going to try to bash in a couple. This is becoming more normal, isn't it, Pierre?
It really is. Patrick Roy started this last year in the playoffs, and last night Ken Hitchcock and the St. Louis Blues down 2-0 to the Boston Bruins, and Boston basically tried the same thing, and Tuukka Rask had to stand on its head for a good portion of the last 3 minutes of the game.
Well, Giroux in to draw against Stepan. Prevails, and it comes on back to Streit. Fired one. Oh, and a drive by the Cavalier. That would not go. The Cavalier up with it again, though, wheeling to the outside. 6 attackers for the Flyers. Voracek, one of them, hands it back across to Streit, then over to Giroux. Then back to Streit. Drive, and a save made by Talbot.
Well, if you're going to pull the goalie, you better be active in face-off situations. Not just a centerman that win face-off. Look at Claude Giroux go right around Derek Stepan, and what a chance for Vinny Lecavalier. Cam Talbot square and fights it off with the net guard.
Well, what made that play was the stick of Marty St. Louis to slow that puck up enough so it didn't get to Lecavalier quick enough and allow Talbot to move right to left.
Right across to Voracek. Throws it where he thought Giroux would be, and he got there soon enough, didn't he? Touched right back along to Voracek by Lecavalier, and then Streit. Then Giroux. Looking towards Schenn, giving it to Voracek. Tucked it on back for Streit. Streit looking now, gave it across to Giroux. Giroux with a shot. Save made by Talbot, and he's able to cover.
And there's just a maze of players in front of Cam Talbot there. It's the right job by Mark Streit throwing it on goal, but watch all the bodies in front of Cam Talbot, and they're going with the flow of the puck, including Wayne Simmons. I mean, it's almost impossible to track that puck, Eddie and Doc, but he does a great job as Claude Giroux whips it on goal.
Timeout is taken.
Timeout, Rangers.
New York Rangers will get a rest here. It'll be a face-off in their end of the ice yet again.
Assistant coach Ulf Samuelsson at the dry erase board, talking about the setups, talking about the responsibilities on a one face-off, on a lost face-off. Protect the middle of the ice, keep them to the outside.
One thing Ulfie was really good at in these situations when he was a player, Eddie, there were no rules after the 2-minute mark, so he knew exactly what to do and what he could get away with. He was phenomenal at defending leads. It was a real privilege to have the chance to work with him.
Most of them were on the legal side, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Not for you youngsters to try in your youth hockey games. This here's the pro game.
Tongue-in-cheek, yeah. That was more probably on 50 yards on the other side of the legal part. A battler and a half for sure, both things.
We are learning much, aren't we? Here is Giroux on the tie-up with Stepan. Puck comes to the back now and is held and handed over to Voracek. Oh, and getting a piece of it at the last moment was Talbot. Again, it's over. Voracek to take it there. Took a look and then handed on back to Streit. Drifted pretty well. Good challenge by Stepan, and another shot blocked. Played out in front and touched across. Oh, and a dive fails from Voracek, and so the Flyers have to drop back. Talbot has faced 28 and gotten them all. And offside is called against the Flyers.
Wayne Simmons was offside. He thought the puck was going to get dumped in there. All the looks you've seen from the Flyers have been out on top of the circles, trying to get those shots from the point, whether it's Voracek or Streit or Giroux. Haven't really been able to get down low like that and attack from the below the goal line aspect of it, but a couple of good opportunities and real good right leg save again by Talbot.
Directed on now, and jabbed free by LeCavalier, still sparring there. Puck taken along and played back in traffic by Schenn. Scaled back out again by Hagelin, and going on back to play at his strike. Near the yawning cage, able to put on the brakes with 2 minutes to go. Giroux brings it ahead. Giroux slammed one along that got tied up in traffic and wound up becoming an offside. The Carrier Dome in Syracuse will see a hockey game later this week between the Syracuse Crunch and the Utica Comets. Be kind of an interesting experience for people up there, won't it? And of course, we have the Winter Classic coming up from Nationals Park in Washington on New Year's Day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon with Chicago. Flyers have exercised their timeout. They've actually done pretty well with the goaltender pulled and getting some advantage from it. Just haven't scored.
I think that the Flyers need to try to attack, get the puck out high, and then work yourself down low and give the Rangers, force them to drop down. So if you have the puck below the goal line or working it out from the corner in, it forces the Rangers to drop all the way down. So if you can attack one time there, then pop it back out to the point, instead of shooting the puck out from about 55 feet out, you might shoot it from 40 feet out and give yourself a better opportunity. Big face-off here, Stepan and Giroux, advantage with Giroux on this side of the ice. Tried to go ahead with it. He tried to shoot it ahead all the way over to Jake Voracek.
Get another icing here. Set up what you were pointing out there. We have a little time.
Well, it's just getting the puck down low, Doc, by the goaltender, and then work your plays from there, down near the goal line. Work yourself out from there or towards the net, because then the Rangers are all dropped down, protect a little tighter. Then you can get the puck out at the point and get those shots that you may want.
Okay, won that one, but it was Voracek who could not hold it in, and so they must drop back again. 100 to go. Dropped on back to Giroux. Swung one off the boards, taken there, but not by Stahl. Poked along by Nash, high in the air, swung at, jabbed at, and eventually filtered along and nicely highlighted along the blue line by Streit and kept going. Played along by Schenn, back along to Voracek. Gives to the back now to Streit. Fires! Oh, and the spike attempt did not go! And a beautiful save made by Talbot. Repeated thrust by the Flyers, but they could not get it past the Ranger goalie.
Boy, that right pad worked really well for Cam Talbot. Good heads-up shot by Mark Streit. What a deflection opportunity, Eddie, for the Flyers.
Well, where does it all start? It starts from below the goal line in this area here, and then get the puck out to the point. Remember, everything started out from this area of the ice initially. Now Streit, as Pierre made mention, shooting that puck off the net. Great shot pass, and the reaction from the Flyers. What a play from Voracek to Streit.
Giroux will try to win this one. Dominic Moore for the Rangers. It goes to Simmons. Pivots. Delays and wants to get by Girardi. Still has it. Simmons to the back. Streit holding there. The challenge from Moore. It's sent on back to Voracek. Controls, but then shot it off of Zuccarello and trying to pass ahead. It's Brassard with the net empty and wide with the shot.
Well, at least he gained center ice.
To the last 50. Regulation time. Flyers need 2. And a penalty coming up against the Rangers.
Zuccarello for a trip on Voracek. Well, Eddie, now it's going to be a white knuckle ride for the Rangers. Clearly a trip.
Yeah, I see the reach in there by Zuccarello. Here the Flyers, you can't look to set up. Like anytime you get an opportunity, you got to fire this puck at the net to give yourself any opportunity.
2 centermen on the ice for the Rangers. Dominic Moore, this plays to his strength as a lefty, but if he gets tossed out, Stepan will come in.
No icing for the Rangers if they clear it back down and miss, because they are shorthanded due to the penalty. Puck came to the back to Voracek, swept back across now for Streit. connects with Giroux. Tried to jam one in front. Glove down there, and a hand pass is ruled against the Flyers, and the faceoff back to center.
There you see the battle, and not sure if it ended up going off of Boyle's glove last or Wayne Simmonds. Doesn't matter what I think. The official said it went off of Wayne Simmonds. And Brayden Schenn touches that puck. Face off outside.
Jammed on back by Dominic Moore. Precious time bleeding off the clock. Half a minute to go. And the chore is scored twice. Ahead now comes Giroux. Gains the zone. Hands it across. Delayed there and sent back by Schenn. It is Streit. Streit fed it across. Giroux with it there. And a shot is blocked away by Girardi. Giroux yet again. To the back. Streit is shot. Grabbed out of the air by Talbot. He has been remarkable as the shot total gets closer to even.
Pretty good joust with Simmonds and Mark Stahl down low. Trying to clear the crease so Talbot can see the puck. Simmonds knows once it goes back to the back end. There's one push, another joust, little slash, and Mark Streit loads it up, Eddie.
Yeah, go to that area of the ice. It's going to hurt.
Poked away by Talbot. Chopped on by Simmonds, taken by Schenn. Voracek, a shot and a save made by Talbot.
Benoit there's somewhere in this building, the goalie coach for the Rangers, saying way to push off the back line here.
Well, good hustle by Wayne Simmonds to get this puck to Brayden Schenn, and then a rolling puck. But as Pierre mentioned about Talbot, watch Talbot push off with the right skate, come all the way out, no rebound.
That's how you make yourself big. That's a great job of goaltending.
Giroux's probably going to try to shoot this puck ahead if he can. Not going to win the game, but play to the end.
Rangers have it. Career shutout number 4 for Talbot. 31 out of 31. And Voracek went by and gave him a tap on the pad saying, I gave you my best and you held me off. And so lots of scoring strings will end tonight, including Voracek's. The Rangers win the contest by a score of 2-0. Thanks for watching Wednesday Night Rivalry presented by Coors Light. Again, the final score. The Rangers 2 and the Flyers 0. For Pierre Maguire and Eddie Olczyk, Mike Emmerich saying so long from New York. Liam, Mike, and Keith are back with NHL Overtime right after these messages. Good night, all.